Failed Google projects. What went wrong? Google is known as a symbol of innovation and success. The search engine, Android, YouTube. But even a tech giant with enormous resources has a history of failures, and some of their projects became clear examples of how ambitious ideas can collapse in reality. As of today, Google has a market capitalization of about $2.13 trillion, proving its massive influence and financial power. Yet, even with such resources, not every experiment turns into success, and that's where the real lessons for entrepreneurs begin. Hello, I'm Vlad, a marketer with more than 10 years of experience and the founder of the Linux agency. In this video, we'll explore some of Google's most ambitious projects that ended in failure and uncover the reasons why they didn't succeed. You will also learn valuable lessons for entrepreneurs on how to turn mistakes into opportunities for growth. Google Glass. Google Glass is a perfect example of how even billion-dollar ideas can flop when they forget one thing – people. Back in 2013, Google showed off what looked like the future – glasses with a built-in camera, internet access, and voice control. Everyone thought, this is it, the next big thing. But the hype didn't last long. The price was crazy high, the design looked weird, and the privacy issue massive. People didn't like the idea of being recorded all the time, so users started getting side-eyed in public. Pretty soon the project crashed and burned for regular consumers. Here's the thing, the project wasn't bad. The execution was. Google focused on innovation, not emotion. If they had built trust first, explained how privacy would work, made the design more stylish, and targeted specific markets like medicine or construction, Google Glass might be survived. The personal takeaway? Even the coolest product means nothing if people don't feel comfortable using it. You cannot just sell the future, you have to make people want to live in it. Now, if you think Google learned their lesson after that, think again. Because the next big failure wasn't about hardware. It was about trying to build a social network that nobody actually wanted. Let's talk about Google+. Google+. Oh, this is once a classic case of a company trying to copy success instead of creating its own. Launched in 2011, Google Plus was supposed to be the Facebook killer. It had circles, communities, and a fancy layout, but here is the problem – no one really cared. The interface was confusing, the features felt forced, and the biggest mistake? Google made people link with the YouTube comments. That smooth along annoyed millions of users, including me. I actually used Google Plus for a while. I signed up, explored, posted a few things, and thought, alright, I will wait for people to show up. But they never did. The place felt empty, like throwing a party and realizing no one's coming. In the end, I just wasted time waiting for something that was never going to take off. What should Google have done differently? They tried to compete head-on with the Facebook instead of finding their own niche. If they focused on something unique, maybe connecting professionals or integrating with a Gmail in a fun, social way, they might have built a loyal community. The lesson? Don't copy the giants, build something that solves a real problem for ill people. Because no matter how big your company is, you cannot force people to care. And if you think that was bad, wait until you hear about the next one. Google tried to reinvent communication itself, but ended up confusing everyone so much that no one even knew what the product was. That's where Google Wave comes in. Google Wave is one of those projects that looked like it came straight out of the future, but no one knew what to actually do with it. Back in 2009, Google wanted to reinvent online communication. Imagine emails, chats, documents, all in one place, updated in real time. Sounds cool, right? The problem was, no one could figure out how to use it. The interface looked like a mix of 10 different apps, and even tech-savvy people were like, wait, what's the point of this? I remember trying it myself. I clicked around, opened a few waves, tried to chat, and thought, this must be powerful, if only I knew how it worked. If Google had simplified the concept, explained its purpose clearly, and introduced it step by step, maybe starting with teams or schools, it could have found an audience. But they threw everyone into the deep end and hoped we'd swim. The lesson: innovation only matters if people understand it. You can create the most advanced product in the world, but if users feel lost, they will walk away, just like they did with the Google Wave. Want more videos like this? Like this video, write comments and subscribe to my channel. Google Wave was supposed to revolutionize how we communicate. A mix of chat, email and collaboration all in one place. But it turned out to be so complicated that most people gave up before they even figure out how to use it. Great idea, terrible execution. And you think Google will slow down after that, right? No. They came back with something even more ambitious. A smartphone you could build yourself. Sounds crazy? That's exactly what they tried with the Project Ara. Project Ara is the smartphone that was supposed to change everything. The idea was brilliant. Imagine being able to build your own phone like Lego. Want a better camera? Just swap the module. Need more battery? Click it in. No need to buy a whole new device every year. It sounded like the future. Customizable, eco-friendly and totally unique. But here is what went wrong. The technology was insanely complicated. The phone ended up looking bulky, and the cost to make it work just didn't make sense. People want slick, simple and fast, not something that feels like a science project in their pocket. By 2016, Google gave up on that idea. I remember thinking, if this worked, I never have to upgrade my phone again. That's the dream. But maybe that was the problem. It was too good for Google's business model. Selling a phone you never replace. Not exactly profitable. What could they have done differently? Start smaller, maybe release modular accessories, test the idea with a few replaceable parts, and slowly build the ecosystem. Instead, they aimed straight for the perfection and crashed before takeoff. The lesson: big dreams are great, but execution beats imagination. If people cannot use your product easily, or if it doesn't fit the market, even the coolest idea can fall apart. Now, let's talk about the lessons entrepreneurs can learn from all these Google failures. Because honestly, there is a lot to take away here. Here is the thing. Even a giant like Google, with all the money, talent and tech in the world, can mess up. But what makes them different and how they respond? They don't hide their mistakes. They learn, adapt and move on to the next big thing. And that's exactly what every entrepreneur should do. First, always understand your customers. Every failed Google project had one thing in common. They built amazing technology but forgot to ask, does anyone actually need this? No matter how cool your product is, if it doesn't solve a real problem, it's not going anywhere. Second, keep it simple. Complexity kills ideas faster than competition. Whether it's a new app, product or service, people want something easily to use, not something that makes them feel stupid. And third, don't fear failure, use it. Every mistake is just data. It shows you what doesn't work, so you can move closer to what does. Google failed a lot, but they also created products used by billions because they never stopped experimenting. In conclusion, Google's history of failed projects shows that even the world's most successful companies are not immune to mistakes. Failure is an inevitable part of innovation, but it becomes valuable when lessons are learned. Google's ability to quickly pivot, adapt, and keep experimenting is what allowed it to turn setbacks into long-term success. And hey, if you haven't seen my last video yet, go check it out. I break down how to make money online, unique ways revealed. No fluff, just real tips you can use right now. Click on it, give it a watch, you will love it. See you soon, bye.